Let's kick off the fun with our walnut sponge. We'll whip 120 grams of egg whites and 90 grams of custard sugar until we get those soft cloud-like peaks that love to dance on the whisk. Next, crush 100 grams of walnuts and toss them in the egg whites. Drizzle in 15 grams of vegetable oil, then sift in 32 grams of cornstarch and 50 grams of all-purpose flour. Now gently fold in 75 grams of egg yolks. Treat the mixture carefully so as not to burst our delicate airy egg white bubbles. Spread the cake batter on a 40 by 30 cm baking tray using a palette knife and send it on a 10-12 minutes vacation in a preheated 180 degrees Celsius oven. Once baked, let it cool down and get ready for the caramel jelly. It's time for some coffee jelly magic. Grab a small bowl and mix 75 grams of water with 12 grams of gelatin powder. While that sits, brew some espresso coffee. It will bring our caramelized sugar to life. Now let's turn 150 grams of custard sugar into caramel. Once it's melted and perfectly golden, carefully drizzle in 300 grams of coffee, avoiding any hot splashes. Stir in the gelatin mix until it dissolves like a tasty mix and set it aside for now. But remember, this delightful caramel jelly will soon make our dessert unforgettable. Now let's give our walnut sponge some attention. We'll use a cake frame that measures 16 by 16 centimeters to make precise cuts, giving us a sponge that fits perfectly into our dessert. Once the sponge is cut, we'll turn it upside down and carefully peel off the baking paper. Then trim the edges to make sure it matches the others. Let's add some extra flavor to our walnut sponge with simple vanilla syrup. In a cooking pan, combine 200 grams of water, 100 grams of custard sugar and some vanilla flavoring. Bring it to boil for 1 minute. Then transfer it to a tall cup to cool down. This delicious syrup will be the secret to a moist and soft sponge. Now let's move on to the creamy and dreamy cheese mousse. Grab a medium-sized bowl and add 300 grams of cream cheese and 85 grams of icing sugar. Then mix it up until it's smooth. Set it aside and let's bloom 3 grams of gelatin powder with 80 grams of water and set it on the side. Whip 250 grams of heavy cream to a soft peak stage, like melted ice cream, and let it chill in the fridge while we get ready for the next step. In a pan, bring 75 grams of heavy cream and vanilla flavoring to a boil. Then add the gelatin mix and stir it well. Add this to the cheese mix and combine it. Add half of the semi-whipped cream to the cheese mix and give it a good mix. Finally, add the rest of the cream to the cream cheese mix and combine it until you achieve a silky smooth texture. It's time to bring all flavors together and assemble the cake. First, add some of that delicious sugar syrup to the sponge already in the cake frame, and then layer on some of the cream cheese. But don't use it all. We need enough for 2 more layers. Use a palette knife to create a smooth top, then pop it into the freezer for 5 minutes to harden it. After that, take it out and add a layer of coffee caramel jelly on top of the cream cheese. Then set it in the fridge for about 5 minutes until it's almost set. Repeat this process 2 more times to build up those layers of flavor. Alright, now it's time for our cake to chill and get cozy in the fridge for 2-3 hours. While waiting, let's move on to our next ingredient, the condensed whipped cream. This cream will bring a creamy milky flavor to the cake. Add 200 grams of heavy cream and 80 grams of condensed milk in a medium-sized bowl. Then whip it until it holds its shape, but be careful because over whipping can cause it to split. Once perfectly beaten, grab a piping bag with a star nozzle and work some piping magic on that cake. Very carefully remove the cake from the frame, trim the sides and cut it into your desired serving size. And now get ready to pipe that irresistible creamy condensed milk all over that cake. Thanks for watching and I will see you in my next video.